at all. Actually, brother, we today we are having our Eid day, all the Muslim world, and I hope you heard about the Ramadan and our Roza fasting. So
Yes.
we keep fasting for 30 days, and after that, today is the day we celebrate. So in these 30 days, all the Muslim world, Muslim Ummah, Muslim nations, they go for the fast, and they pray to the God, and they go for different, you can say it's a religious month in which we all try to be most near to our God and try to do the best thing, the good things. And our priests, our Muslim heads, they all talk about the Islam. And then we normally do in this month a lot of religious activities and religious thing. And one good thing is that we give a lot of charity donations to those who are needy people in this month. So after 30 days of fasting, it's a big celebration, which is today. And I made this celebration with more than 50 countries. We invited all the Muslims and other religion as well to just celebrate it. And the motive of today's meeting is that we want to just spread this reality and the importance of technology. So it is just because of technology that today we too are sitting here, and many others are coming on the way. And I have invited more than 50 countries in which my friends, my business partners, business friends, and as well as my relatives, my sisters, all over the world, all over the globe. So we are trying to just have a good celebration in this way. And this is first time ever in the history that somebody has done this thing. So we have done already my birthday. It's a my birthday, in which I invite all the global friends of mine, and there were more than 24 countries. The friends and family members, they were there. And so I got this idea after that why not to celebrate. And next time, inshallah, we will go for the Christmas as well, that we will celebrate the Christmas with all the Christian people and some other religions which are religion by the God. So that's the motive of today. And the basic motive is just to share the experience and to realize everybody that the coming era is the technology era. And what we can see is, as this metaverse is coming, you are an educated person and you know a lot about the technology. I have gone through your profile in Google. So I heard about that you know about the metaverse and blockchain and artificial intelligence and AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, all these things comes. So what I can foresee, my vision says that after just 3 years, there will be all metaverse meetings and metaverse with the meta technology, all these religious gatherings. And we are having a global relationship, friendship, partnership, and all the well-wishers. And then with the technology, we can move ahead. Now over to you, brother. Please, you speak. I talk too much.
No, it gives me a good scope as to your frame of mind. I think it's very important. I do believe that the VR and the metaverse world are going to dominate businesses. When business meetings and seminars don't have to be face to face, it's so much more efficient. So I think that is the main thing. Now there are studies saying that meeting virtually may not be as effective. That is up to debate. I think it's a matter of people getting used to of sharing, very little things. Sometimes very minute things, and I may be having a new idea when I go to the gym, when I go do exercise, that are not captured on a virtual meeting. But I think those are workarounds. Like, for example, now I carry some kind of a of a notepad. So when and a pencil. So when I go to the gym and so on, and all of a sudden I have an idea, I can't be talking to my team members, but I can jot it down. I can just write it down so that when I'm on a meeting, I can talk about this. So those are the kind of habit shift that but then, hey, I said, look on the bright side. If you're on the other side of Earth, I don't have to travel 24 hours to come to meet you, or you come 24 hours to come to meet me, just to have this little idea, talk about something. So I do see that there is net gain in something like that. And I've been preaching to our team for more than a decade that these are all trainers, soft skill trainers. And they say, no, Patrick, we have to be face to face. Otherwise, there's no chemistry, there's no dynamics and so on. I said, well, it's better you have a hybrid so that you can have online as well as face to face. And
Yeah.
boom, COVID-19 came, everybody is online. So they switch from 100% face-to-face classroom to 100% online in overnight. So doesn't matter what I say, just a little germ called COVID-19 can change the whole world.
Brother, we have my another brother Amjad with me. So Amjad bhai, aap sun pa rahe hain?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Walaikum salam. Patrick is with us. He is from Patrick. You are right now in US.
I'm in Canada,
You are in
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay. And Amjad bhai, you are in UK.
Yes, I'm in UK. Lovely to know you virtually, Patrick. I was listening avidly to what you were saying about the little germ COVID and how it's transformed the world in terms of communications and particularly e-commerce. So I think we're not going to put this genie back in the bottle again. So the world has to get used to this e-commerce technology and virtuality augmentation. But human beings are very adaptable creatures. We adopt to Arctic conditions, we adopt to desert conditions, and God forbid that we condition ourselves to UK weather where it's always raining. And I'm sure you've conditioned yourself to the Canadian weather. So I welcome this disruption, this change, and those people who adopt to this environment, who adopt anything and embrace change in the 21st century, those nations, those individuals, those communities who adopt these methodologies of, you were talking about soft skills, innovation, adoption, are going to thrive, and those that don't, sadly, history will not remember them.
So now, excuse me, Brother Amjad and Patrick, my sister from Toronto, she is locked in. So let her. She's also from Canada, Toronto. Bushra, aap sun rahe ho? Bushra, aap sun pa rahe ho?
Ji, assalamu alaikum and good morning or good evening, everybody.
Beta, if possible, aap
Ji,
camera
Biden.
on kar lo.
Ji, absolutely, of course I can.
Yeah, Amjad bhai, she's my younger sister in Toronto. Ji. So look, this
Assalamu alaikum,
knowledge,
everyone. I am
I'm
Bushra.
having my sister along with me today on Eid day.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Ji, beta, over to you.
Ji, assalamu alaikum. I am Bushra from Canada. Currently, I'm in Canada. Basically, I'm from Pakistan. Right now, यहाँ पर ईद का दूसरा दिन है और we celebrated our Eid yesterday. आप सबको मेरी तरफ से ईद मुबारक. And we, everybody here been missing everybody from Pakistan, and we wishes a very happy Eid to everybody.
बेटा आप घर पे हो तो kids कहाँ हैं, जरा बच्चों को भी ले लें सामने.
I am at home. My kids have gone to school. Actually,
Okay.
we only did one holiday. That's just Eid day.
Okay,
That's the
no
day
problem.
we took off,
No problem. Faisal
and
bhai, nahi-
everybody's gone to school and back to work. Unfortunately, other than Pakistan, we only get one day off. That is the Eid day. And if it's in weekdays, then Tuesday, everybody's gone back to their work.
No problem, no problem. Thank you very much. Faisal bhai आए या वो भी जॉब पर हैं?
He's also gone to work.
मैसेज कर दे, मैंने उन्हें कहा था वो लॉग इन हो जाएंगे.
I will just text. मैं उनको बता देती हूँ.
आपको भी बेटा ईद मुबारक बहुत बहुत.
Thank you so much.
So, Amjad bhai, actually, dear Amjad and Patrick, today's motive is this, that we should try to collect all the friends and as well as technology. With technology, just let me handle sir one thing, please. Rabia, mic off karo.
एक मिनट सब करो ज़रा
Rabia, mic off karo.
ज़रा
Rabia, camera on karo apna. So Patrick and Amjad bhai, the what in my mind is that we should celebrate these things with the technology, and we should use the technology, and by using this technology definitely as dear Patrick, I am doing at the level of my parliament that I'm trying to realize my parliamentarians to make such legislation through that we can spread this technology at lowest level, at the downward level, where my youth can get the advantage from this technology. So that's what our basic motive is, as the world is going towards this digitalization, and there are hundreds and thousands of new avenues which are coming. This is one avenue that we can sit with our friends, with our colleagues, with our relatives through technology. And on the other hand, if we go through knowing a little about this, there is no need for big go to universities and big degrees. It is just a matter of learning, and those who have the power to learn, and once they learn, and they can make millions and billions in this, as the people have done from the developed world, those who were entered 10 years back, 15 years back, they know how to make, and this is the only field in which I have seen under 30 can be a billionaire, become billionaire while using the technology and going in the right direction. So this is what my motive is. Patrick, you want to say something, please?
Well, I totally agree. Well, maybe because I'm also came from the ranks of engineering, and that was my previous life before I start out my own company and so on. But it is very true that doesn't matter what we do, and you know, if we can raise the lower 20% of the population just by 5%, that's a big improvement. And how do we do that? I think we can do it very well. There are already a lot of companies who are no longer looking at a university degree as a prerequisite to be getting hired. Like Google and Bank of America, they are no longer requiring entry-level jobs applicants to have a degree. So when a policy came out, we get a lot of inquiries as to how the soft skill measurement can actually help that, because once they're moving from a hard skill kind of hiring practice to a soft skill people relationship, aware of the environment kind of hiring criteria, human resource people are really scrambling. They want to say, wow, no, now how do we base our hiring practice on, if it is no longer on how well a person can do their calculus and so on. So that becomes a big issue. So it turns out that it's the measurement. How do you actually measure something? For example, people skill or soft skills. If you don't have measurement, doesn't matter what kind of training they have. They can have very good training school helping them, but how do you prove it in front of a human resource person? So that becomes the big thing for the last for the last 3 to 4 years since companies are switching over.
Thank you, brother. Now we have with us Mr. Iftikhar. Iftikhar साहब आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? और Miss MS Butt. Fatima, you say something? Hassan, आप कुछ कहेंगे? If anybody wants to speak, please raise your hand. Rabia, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Eid Mubarak to all of you. I am hopeful that आप सब जो है ज़बरदस्त ईद गुजार रहे होंगे, and I am happy to see Patrick here, and I'm just here that you are celebrating Eid with us, and I am hopeful that your Eid is also like the people who are the Muslims who are celebrating Eid, they are celebrating with lot of joy, and this Eid also very good because we have 30 days of fast after 3 years, so I am so happy for that, and that's a great gathering. And I'm waiting for other people from JPLT to join here as well. I'm hopeful Eid is great with all of you. How about Amjad Saab?
Ji, Amjad Saab.
Thank you very much, Rabi. It's always a pleasure to see you, to talk to you. You guys are doing an amazing job in Pakistan. But I just want to pick up something that Patrick said earlier on, and Senator, so what you've been advocating about, e-commerce, digital, and technology. And I think what we've got to realize that before this actually explosion of digital technologies, we had probably 3 classes of people in the world. So we had really very poor people who were not educated, who hence couldn't get the jobs, or they were born into circumstances. If you look at China's history, if you look at India's history, they were born into circumstances where they couldn't travel, so they didn't have the opportunities. You saw huge migration of people from the villages to the cities. So you see cities like Karachi, you look Beijing, where over 20, 30, 40 million people are gathered together, where there's a huge stress on resources, crime, etc. I think the opportunity that technology gives us is what Patrick was talking about earlier on. I think the 21st century skills are not necessarily those of the Industrial Revolution, which is the regimented way forward, that, you had to sit in a factory or an office and you had to focus, 9 till 5 and maybe did some overtime. That, there was no creativity. You were told by your supervisor, your company has objectives. Whereas in today's world, it's all about collaborations. So what I would, whoever's listening to this, I think if countries like Pakistan and Senator Saab, you're involved in politics, and politics is about safeguarding national interests through institutions that apply good policies through merit-based people placement. So one of the key problems that we have in Pakistan is that A, we don't champion merit, and B, we're not looking at 21st century habits that Patrick was talking about. So in my opinion, what institutions and governments need to do right now is adopt those, I think, 3 key areas of skills that the 21st century will need. What are they? I think number 1 is creativity. We do not need indoctrination. We do not need to follow the institutions of government like, blind sheep. If individuals and communities and countries are to thrive, then we must allow our population to express their creativity. And secondly, with creativity comes the adoption and welcoming of innovation. Most people are scared of innovation. Why? Because they're all in their comfort zone. Nations and individuals and communities that now take on board innovation and change as a habit are the ones who are going to succeed. And I think lastly, Senator Saab, what I would say is that we're moving from a world that was dominated by one world power, which was US, to a world that's bipolar. You know, whether we like it or not, you know, China has emerged, thankfully, right, as another economic stroke military power. India is emerging. Russia, I know there's a conflict going on at the moment, but, you know, Russia and the Middle East is also emerging, right? This, I think, multipolar world is going to give the world a beautiful choice if it collaborates together rather than fights itself. But, you know, what I would say is that the US needs to learn that it is no longer, right, the sole economic or military power. It needs to start learning to collaborate, and particularly with Asian countries like Pakistan, like India, like China, and like Russia. Currently, what's happening in Pakistan, I'm not going to comment on the politics, is directly, you know, affecting all our lives, and we, you know, we wish we can get out of this in a peaceful manner.
Very true, brother. As you said, I'm fully agree with you that the world is transforming in a way in which it's not the matter of e-commerce. It is in every field, and especially as in this war of Russia with Ukraine, when Putin said that they are going to do everything, all the exports in digital currency. So it would be a setback for US. Then they started moving ahead, then they came on the table. And on the other hand, if we talk about that, when this China said that they are going to have their own coin, which would be not, I mean, like fragile, it would be confirmed with the dollar versus what we call centralized coin. So value is the same. There are things which are coming now, and definitely it needs that the digital awareness. But I personally feel like we are having 250 million people with us in our country. Out of them, if we say there are, it's more than 120 million, even more, 150 million smartphones are there. So it is the time when people should, they should come out and straight away try to send this message at every level, that if you want to survive in this era, then you have to learn the digitalization, be the part of the digital world. And again, I'll repeat, as my brother said, that there is no need for big degrees. It is what that Google can teach you. You can learn everything from YouTube. So it is just a matter of one connection, a good connection, not this IT, the Wi-Fi connection or whatever, the internet connection, and one gadget it is needed. Then it depends that how much dedicatedly the people are moving. So, sir, this is, I mean, on the one hand, I am trying to convince my legislator that without having a proper legislation, we cannot give that atmosphere to our youth in which they can move forward, they can jump over straight away to the sky highs, and they can also be the $1 million man in just few days. And there are many examples. It is, and especially those who entered in this world, they have remarkably moved on. And on the other hand, I love to, that we all should come up with this, that how we can convince our youth to be the part of it. So that's what, sir, Amjad Bhai, you said very rightly. Now, Menege, welcome.
Thank you, Senator. How are you? Eid Mubarak to you all.
Yeah, please introduce yourself, and if you can on your camera, that would be better. Otherwise, we are welcome you.
Okay. No, I cannot put the camera on now
No
because I'm
problem.
going to run
No
down
problem.
to look.
It's okay. It's okay. Please, just
Hello.
over to you.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and to all celebrating the Eid today, Eid Mubarak, to you and your families. I am Managay Pillay, CEO of Global Peace Let's Talk, and it gives me immense pleasure to be able to listen in on this live recording. And as I just caught the tail end of Senator's speech, and he was talking about the digital era. And yes, I think for anybody to progress now, we need to be made aware of how technology is moving, how the world is focusing. And I think it is important that whether you feel that you're going to use it in your daily lives or not, knowledge is always, always important. And it's always a learning curve every step of the way. So I don't think one should sit back in the comfort zones and think, well, it's not applicable for me. You never know when you're going to use it. Thank you so much.
Manage, you are from right now?
Well, I'm from South Africa, Ballito, South Africa.
Okay. So now I have my younger sister with me. She is from Dubai.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Sumera, can you hear me? Shiraz bhai. So let's come. Then we have Fatima with us. Fatima, आप कुछ कहेंगी बेटा?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन।
कैमरा ऑन कर लें बेटा।
वालेकुम सलाम।
अच्छा, एक मिनट दीजिएगा। ईद मुबारक टू ऑल।
ईद मुबारक।
बहुत अच्छा आपने ये सेशन किया है।
जी फातिमा, यस ना।
सबको सबसे पहले वेरी वेरी ईद मुबारक। और दिस इज अ वंडरफुल प्लेटफॉर्म टू सेलिब्रेट ग्लोबली ऑल अराउंड द वर्ल्ड। द पीपल कैन कनेक्ट टू अस और ये बहुत एक अमेजिंग सा फ्लेवर आ जाता है। फिर ईद की खुशियाँ हैं, हम दूर दूर हैं लेकिन हम फिर भी साथ हैं। एंड दिस इज अ ब्लेसिंग ऑफ ऑल अबाउट द टेक्नोलॉजी। और वैसे भी अगर हम व्हाट इज द फिलॉसफी ऑफ द ईद के जो हैं वो मिल बैठें और क्या कहते हैं खुशियों को जो है सेलिब्रेट करें। और जो भी आपके आपस के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हैं बिटवीन, तो उनको सारे मिलकर बैठेंगे तो डेफिनेटली वो जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है वो कुछ ना कुछ रिमूव होंगे, कोई ना कोई सूरत निकलेगी बात करने की और दूरी को खत्म करने की। तो ये बहुत अच्छा आपने किया है। और नाउ यू प्रूव दैट नो डाउट कि यू आर द डिजिटल सेनेटर।
थैंक यू।
आप और इतने अहम मौके पर।
Now we have Dr. Sumera. She is my younger sister from Dubai. बेटा सुन रहे हो आप मुझे? शिराज भाई सुन रहे हैं?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। He's also with us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Fazal. First, I would like to thank you that you have arranged this meeting. It's a very big honor for me that you have invited me also. It's like a platform you have created for everybody, where everybody can enjoy and join and stay together. Thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. Eid is a very special time in which it is everybody should be together, and it's a time for brotherhood, for peace, for being together. And we all miss our family, and we who are very away from our family, we miss the times of being together. Thank you very much again for letting me. We are in the car actually. I cannot on my camera. We all family are here. I would just need a minute, and I will ask all the children to say Eid Mubarak to Mamu Jan. Miss them. Everybody miss them most. Okay, children, say Eid Mubarak to Mamu Jan. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak to all.
This is a small children family here, no? And we have a special relation to Mamujan, and we miss our Mamujan most. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to all.
Thank you.
So now we have with us Sarmad Sufi. He is from right now, I think from States, because he has house in Canada as well and States as well. So Sarmad, आप अभी कहाँ से हो बेटा? इस वक्त कहाँ हो?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, ईद मुबारक हो सबको बहुत बहुत।
You are right now
मैं
in
अभी
Canada or in US?
अभी मैं इस वक्त यूएस में हूँ, फ्लोरिडा में हूँ, जैक्सनविल।
Florida, US. Okay. So over to you, beta. What do you want to say? Two things. One is the use of this technology, how you are find this experience of technology, use of technology, and secondly, say something about the Eid.
All right. I just wanted to dial in and chime in and wish everyone Eid Mubarak. So first of all, hope all of you guys had a good day yesterday. I believe you आप लोगों की ईद almost खत्म हो चुकी होगी, अब तो पहला दिन, इधर भी दूसरा दिन चल रहा है।
नहीं
तो
जी, आपका दूसरा दिन है, हमारा आज पहला दिन है।
अच्छा, सही है। Baki use of technology, I mean, the biggest use of technology, you can see it right now in this meeting right now. A lot of us are from like all over the world, and Eid के मौके पे
कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हो?
जी मैं बिल्कुल मैं करता हूँ। मैं साथ असल में आज I'm back to office as well, so I'm in between meetings.
Sorry. But just quickly, 5 minutes, then you can move. No problem.
हाँ जी.
If possible.
So yeah, definitely the biggest use right now is like हम सब लोग इकट्ठे होके एक दूसरे को ईद मुबारक
Good to see you.
विश कर रहे हैं। हाँ जी.
So now we have the gentleman from Florida. He's our blood. He's our younger son. So over to you, beta.
जी, आप लोग सुनाएं कैसी गुजरी आपकी ईद, कैसी गुजरी सब लोगों की?
Alhamdulillah, सुबह हमने we had our prayer in Faisal Mosque with President. I was with President of Pakistan, so we were together in this morning prayer, Eid prayer. So then we went to meet a few relatives, and especially those in their family got the death in last this period. So there were Baji Sabha ki mother-in-law, and then my brother-in-law Vicky Bhai, or ek aur mere dost. So Patrick, we have one tradition also, that on this Eid day, first of all, we go for our prayer namaz, and after that we go to the graveyard. We try to meet our forefathers there and just pray for them, and afterward we go to the houses of those who got a death, just to be a part of them and just to sit with them to pray, and then we start our celebrations and then meeting. And this is the day in which everybody love to meet and greet each other. So that is the motive for this Eid. So Eid means to greet and to meet. So what we have done it today, that we can't go, as you said, it's maybe a 16-hour flight from here to go to Florida, but I can see my son here in front of me, and we can cheer up the Eid days and our celebrations and our feelings. So over to you, Patrick. How you are finding this experience?
Well, very good. I have learned so much and also gained a lot. There is a group of people around the world. They are thinking about the future of work right now. Yes. And I have talked to Mian Ateeq at length about this. Future of work, a lot of pundits are saying that there's going to be massive unemployment and despair, mental health issue with people who are not going to be having work. But we argue that if we're having the right education for the young people, they can see the world. We can turn the whole situation 180 degrees around and see the world as full of opportunities. because they're no longer tied down to mundane, repetitive work. And GDP of countries can raise by double or maybe even triple. People would say, "Wow, that's crazy." But I said that's because the education has been so backward, and so when we think about something like that, that would be useful. Now, this consortium, if I may call it, consortium of NGOs and businesses and governments, they are proposing three things. The first thing is we need to cultivate young people to have hobbies. Second thing is they need to know how to talk to old people. The third thing is how do you deal with boredom and other unpleasant feelings like people dying and so on. And you were just mentioning about tonight you're going to go to graveyard and pay respect. That I would love to be able to put the Islam tradition so that other people would see that, hey, there are traditions who they've already formalized it. And I think that would be a really good thing for people to know. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now we have my eldest son, Hamza. He is a Chicago guy. He will also share his experience about this today's event. Sunny, सुन रहे हैं आप?
जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
कैमरा ऑन हो सकता
I
है?
hope everybody can hear me. Hello.
कैमरा ऑन हो सकता है बेटा? Yeah, now here. जी, over to you, beta. Patrick, he is my elder son. He was
Assalamu
studying
alaikum. Eid Mubarak, everybody.
University of British Columbia. Yeah, Sonny, over to you.
Hanji. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Eid Mubarak. Just the Eid message. It's a very special occasion, a message of blessing for everybody. And as Patrick, I just joined in 10 minutes ago and I heard a couple of messages. And it's true that Islam has a lot of traditions, which has values, and it has a whole logic behind things. And as you were saying, going to the graveyard, paying respect to the people who are living, who are not with us, supporting everybody. And that's the message of Eid, and especially after the whole month of Ramadan. It basically gives a message that we all are together for everybody in the good times and the bad times as well. As far as technology, yes, everybody was saying that this is something which has evolved generations. Like we might have worked 70 years for something. Right now, people are doing the same change, getting the same change in probably less than a decade. And this is an example. Like I remember some of our family members, they went for education abroad in 1980s, 90s, and they used to like go for business trips or education, and they had to wait for hours and hours in order to get in communication with their family. But look, right now, we all are sitting in different parts of the world, but still at this occasion or any occasion, we do get to see each other, we do get to talk to each other, share stuff. And as you were saying, yes, unemployment is definitely going to be a huge issue, but those who are part of the tech world, who are part of the technology, they will find their way out no matter what, because you can learn new skills. Like earlier, you used to go to college for 4 years, degree, 5 years, and then get a job. Right now, things have changed. There's so many courses online, there's stuff online that you can learn in a couple of months, and then you can get employed, you can make way more money. In a way, that's the benefit of technology. You don't have to go find admissions, physically go to schools. Like right now, no matter which part of the world you are, you can get top-notch education. There are courses for Oxford, Harvard, MIT, same knowledge, same professors. There are certain people as well who worked in those colleges and now have free online courses. So now it all depends on the youth, the people, their dedication, how they want to improve themselves and their future generation. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and Eid Mubarak to everybody.
Thank you, beta. Good. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to chime in here with you. University of British Columbia is one of my old schools too. So
Oh, I see. I went to Sauder.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have came through the ranks of engineering, and
Oh, nice.
yes, and we always make fun of the commerce people.
I
But
know
then,
people do, but I was computer science as well, so that's why
oh,
I got
okay.
away with it. Yep. Yep.
But as an engineer, now we realize we work for the commerce people. They end up
Exactly.
being our bosses.
Yep. Yep. That's true. That's true. You guys, like mostly engineers or like comp sci people, they know how to work. They know how to do stuff. But then there's always management, commerce people who just lead into that direction that this needs to be done. They don't know how to do it, but they actually know what needs to be done.
Yeah.
So they provide the guidance. Yep.
It's from the technology world. We never got a course on human relationship. How do we deal with people and so on? And we looked at, well, that this used to be true 20, 30 years ago when I was at UBC was, well, the commerce people, they don't do very much and they just run business. It's easy. It's the engineering
Yeah.
part that is hard. Now that
That's
I run
hard.
businesses myself, I realize that is exactly the opposite. Is the marketing,
Exactly.
the promotion. Those are the hard parts.
Managing people. Yep.
Managing people. You just you and even now I'm managing my own IT team. I realize how uh, how rough they are in terms of the language they use, especially now when we are communicating virtually. Just a little email saying thank you or wow, good job, and so on.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They always say,
Not
well,
anymore.
get us the customer. I said, well, yeah, of course we want to get the customers, but you need to have a process, and they don't see that process. Yeah. So
That's
those
true.
are kind of big issues that all around. I don't know if UBC engineerings are like that, but I know a lot of engineering schools are still very backward, if I may
They
say.
have definitely transformed now because now they realize that inclusion of people, treating how to meet, how to greet, how to work with them is a key skill as well. As you were saying, probably 2, 3 decades ago, it was all about skill, but it was like this human, you can say human management, human relations. It was not considered as a skill. I remember I did a course on emotional intelligence. And when we used to discuss with the comp sci people or the engineers, they were like, that's basically common sense. For them, skills was probably C++, Java, AutoCAD. These were skills. But now, as you were saying, all those people who get into the business aspect, they realize that emotional intelligence, human management, human relations, it is a huge skill as well. You're right. Sending a small email, a small text might not seem like a huge difference to you, but in long term, it will build your relationship. And then that is how your business is going to flourish and it's going to improve. And then it's going to open wonderful opportunities which you might not have even thought of. So things are definitely changing now, even in engineering schools. They have realized that they can't just sit somewhere and just get their program made or their software made. They know that they need to sell it. And you cannot sell it just sitting yourself on your own in a room. You need people, you need communication skills, you need to know how to sell it out there.
There used to be a famous saying in engineering is, you just have to build good products and they will come, and realize how untrue that is.
Exactly. It used to be true probably 50 years ago because the market was small. Like it was very hard for anybody who would graduate from UBC, work in Vancouver, and sell something in China or Pakistan or India or Russia or Europe. But now things have changed. You make a product probably sitting in a rural area of Pakistan, a rural area of Arab or Africa, but that product could become a huge hit in United States. That's the power of globalization. And that is why you're right. Earlier used to be you make the product, you can sell it, because the market was small. People didn't have this idea of scalability. They thought that they're selling it in their own city, in their own country, they are big, they're good. But now things have changed. They realize that, like just Amazon, it's almost in 170 countries. If Amazon thought that selling in a small city of Louisiana or probably Nashville is going to make them a success, then they're going to be like, yeah, I made a huge product and now I'm able to sell it. But now the goals have changed now. And you're right, like without communication, without proper skills of emotional intelligence, human management, you can't do that. So now engineers have realized that as
well. So gentlemen, we have Dania with us. Dania beta, अगर आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हो, Dania, abhi, I think her just audio is not connected. So, सरमद आप कुछ कहना चाहोगे? उसके बाद बेशक आप अगर जॉब पे हो तो फिर you can leave.
जी नहीं Hamza ki और I was listening to Hamza and Patrick. Pretty interesting conversation there. That EI piece that Hamza mentioned, emotional intelligence. It's pretty interesting. It does sound like common sense, but in reality, you'll be surprised that in the corporate world, how much of that is not actually common sense. So it was an interesting conversation there, definitely.
Now we have Joseph with us from Nigeria. Welcome, Joseph.
Greetings to you. Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure being here.
Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to see Ambassador Patrick Chan here, Rabia, and every other person.
Yeah. Then we have Dania. Dania, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हो? Yes, बेटा आपका कैमरा ऑन हो गया. Good. जरा yes. जी अब आपका माइक आपका ऑन कर लीजिए. आपको पता है ना बेटा ये हमारा आज का प्रोग्राम जो है, it is just we want to talk about the technology, we want to use about the technology, we are using the technology on this Eid day, and we are having the friends and circle of relatives and colleagues from all over the world. आप इस पर क्या कहना चाहोगे? दानिया, over to you.
आप सबको मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत ईद मुबारक.
आपको भी ईद मुबारक बेटा. ये आपके साथ कौन है? इनका क्या नाम है?
मेरा भाई.
भाई का क्या नाम है?
मेरा नाम इस्माइल.
क्या नाम है बेटा?
इस्माइल.
अच्छा, और ये साथ आपके कौन हैं?
दादी मेरी.
दादी हैं? नानी है? हैं? जी अम्मा आप भी बोलिए. आप हम सबको, आप हमारी बड़ी हैं, हमें आप ईद मुबारक दे. ईद मुबारक कहिए. हाँ अम्मा आप हम आपसे ईद मुबारक सुनना चाहेंगे. आप हमारी बड़ी हैं. Patrick is the family now. The kids and the grandmother.
जी ईद मुबारक आपको.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
आप खैरियत से हैं?
अल्लाह का शुक्र. आई किया.
बात करो.
दानिया जी बोलो बेटा. दानिया बोलो. ये आपकी दादी हैं. गुड गुड गुड. तो दादी ने कितनी ईदी दी आपको?
200.
सिर्फ? क्यों? तो क्या किया आपने ईदी का?
इसके सेंटर मैंने बच्चों को ईदी दी है।
अच्छा, तो भाई को कितनी ईदी मिली है अभी तक?
हैं?
भाई को कितनी ईदी मिली है?
उनको अलग से मिली है।
ओके, गुड गुड गुड, ठीक है। चले, आपने क्या किया सारा दिन ईद पर?
सबसे ईदी ली।
ठीक है, कुछ और कहोगे बेटा? अदरवाइज मैं किसी और को मौका दूं, या दादी कुछ कहेंगी? फातिमा, दादी को बोलो कुछ कहें।
मैं आपको सॉन्ग सुनाऊंगी।
जी सुनाइए।
आई 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 खुशियों की हर छू छाई दी आई 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 खुशियाँ समेट सुबह शाम ईद है साल का नाम खुशियाँ समेट सुबह शाम ईद है साल का नाम।
बेटा थैंक यू। कृपाल सिंह जी वेलकम।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू। आप सबको ईद मुबारक हो जी।
भानु भी ईद मुबारक जी।
हाँ, बड़ी मेहरबानी। और सुनाओ की हाल है?
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਸਰ ਕਿ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਜੀ?
बस ये बड़ी खुशी की गल है कि देखो इन्ने त्योहार ने अपने साडे वालों बैसाखी का त्योहार होया, जूश का पास ओवर का ते बुद्धा का होया ते अपने ईद मुबारक सारे इकट्ठे ही हो जाते हैं इको महीने दे विच।
जी जी जी,
मेरी आवाज सुन रही है तो तुहानू?
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट, बिल्कुल ठीक आ रही जी।
अच्छा, ते ओदा मतलब ये होया साडे लई सारियां लई कि भी देखो परमात्मा ने अलग अलग राह भेजे ने दुनिया दे विच। दुनिया दे जिथे जिथे लोग पैदा होए ने उस हिसाब नाल जुड़ जाते ने
जी।
जे कोई हुण बंदा जापान च पैदा होया वो शिंटो जां बुद्धिज्म दे नाल रल गया, जे कोई बंदा सऊदी अरेबिया या पाकिस्तान च होया ते वो इस्लाम दे नाल रल गया। हाँ, कोई इसे तरह बाकी दे इलाकियां दे विच देखो एक इस तरह परमात्मा दे अल्लाह ताला दे गुण किन्ने हैगे ने वंडरफुल। साडे आना है गुरु ग्रंथ साहब दे शब्द अब्बल अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे एक नूर ते सब जग उपजा कौन भले को मंदे। बड़े ब्यूटीफुल यू नो शब्द। अल्लाह इसे तरह हो शब्द आने अल्लाह पाकिंग पाक है दूसरा नहीं कोई, यू नो इस तरह देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ शब्द लाइक फिर शेख फरीद जी दे शब्द आंदे ने खालिक खल खल्क में खालिक। सो कहण दा भाव ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਮਿਲੈਰਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ। ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ।
ਫਰਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਚ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਲੋਕ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਫਰਕ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਿਮਿਲੈਰਿਟੀਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੁਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ
ਜੀ।
ਦੇਖੋ ਹਰਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੋਲਡਨ ਟੈਂਪਲ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੀਂਹ ਆ ਸਾਈਂ ਮੀਆਂ ਮੀਰ ਨੇ ਰੱਖੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, I mean this is what a wonderful and big thing, excuse me। ਪਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ? ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ। ਹੁਣ ਕਰਤਾਰਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੈ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋ ਸਮਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਬਰ ਵੀ ਹੈ
ਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦਾ ਭਾਵ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਫਕੀਰ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਦਾ ਪੀਰ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਂਝੇ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆ, ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਬਰਾਹਿਮ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆ, ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਯੂ ਨੋ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੇ ਅਲੱਗ-ਅਲੱਗ ਇਲਾਕਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵਡੇਰੇ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਰਹਿਬਰ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਹਾਨ ਲਈ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ।
ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਇਕਬਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੋਇਮ ਆਈ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਉਹ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਹਾਂ। मर्द का अमल करके इस तरह लिखा, उन्हें पैदा हुआ पंजाब से, तौहीद का मैसेज लेके आया, एंड आई लाइक दैट, यू नो। ਸੁਣੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਪੋਇਮ।
ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣੀ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ ਹੋ, ਦਿੱਲੀ ਚ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਫਲੋਰੀਡਾ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ।
ਓਕੇ ਸੌਰੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅੱਛਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਸਰ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਡੇਟੋਨਾ ਬੀਚ ਇਸ ਫੇਮਸ ਫਾਰ ਕਾਰ ਰੇਸਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਸਾਡੀ।
ਜੀ 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 ਠੀਕ, ਗ੍ਰੇਟ। ਸੋ ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਜੀ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਿੰਕ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਫਾਤਮਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ।
ਜੀ ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ। ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਹਵਾਲੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ, ਈਦ ਦੇ ਮਜ਼ੀਦ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਈਦ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਬਾਰਕ ਹੋਵੇ। ਦੇਖੋ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਐਂਜਲ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਅਨਪੜ੍ਹ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਵਿੰਗਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਰਾਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ।
ਠੀਕ।
I mean this is amazing, you know.
No doubt sir.
Yeah, ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ? ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਏਜ ਆ ਗਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ 50 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ। What a wonderful way of you know ਇਹ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਅੱਲਾਹ ਤਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਰੰਗ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ।
ਸਰ ਜਰਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ? ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਏਗੀ। ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਸੇ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਇਨ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਐਸ ਵੈਲ। ਸੋ ਵੀ ਗਾਟ ਪੈਟਰਿਕ ਵਿਦ ਅਸ।
All right, you know Patrick, what I was talking about was that we have more common grounds. You know, even the birthday of enlightenment of the Buddha is also during the month of April. April, May, around that area, you know. Same as the formation of Khalsa and Ramadan and Passover and many other functions like that, you know, during this. So I'm trying to point out is we have more common grounds among us than there are differences. But the unfortunate part is people overplay the differences and make each other paranoid about instead of looking at the common grounds and take each other in the embrace. And that's what we need to follow to bring about peace and harmony and goodwill in the world. That's what I was trying to share. So Eid Mubarak ho. Same way all the other functions, Sabko Mubarak ho.
Thank you very much, sir. Joseph, you want to say something?
Nothing for now.
Okay. I hope you are enjoying this thing, that this is the Eid day, and I'm having with us my sisters, one from Dubai, one from Canada, then my kids from Chicago, and Florida, and all are, and we are having our friend Mr. Patrick from Canada. So we are having a blend of, and Joseph Joseph is from Nigeria. Yeah. So we are having.
Yes, of course. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
That's great. That's great. So Rabia, you say something.
Okay, thank you so much. As I was listening to everybody here, and that was very great discussion going on. And as I say something about Eid, I want to say about digitalization as well. So my take on digitalization and the things that going on the internet or in the technological era is like it's a blessing. Like in the past, you need a genie to fulfill your wishes, and you wish that if you got the genie, you will ask them her your favorite wishes. But today we have Google, we have internet, and that valuable connections with us. So in this age
we have Zoom
realize
as well.
that what are we have Zoom as well. Yeah, we have Zoom as well. You can see that, you can see in the form sitting in one room, you know. And then it's really a blessing. And you all observe that after the COVID-19 how things immersed and changed, and people realize that they have to adopt new technologies and they have to go on with that. And I would just wish that everybody should come up and use this technology, especially our elders, So their teachings, their values, and their their life lessons and experience can be shifted to the to the next generation. And if they record that video, then it will be for lot, it will prevail for a long time, rather just one generation to second generation. It will prevail to, I think, 5th and 4th generations, because that if we know a lot of things from the history that is preserved through books. So how technology can play the role to preserve the things. So I just wish that as far as the younger generation adopted the technology.
Beta, there is some
network issues.
Yeah, network.
Frozen.
Ji.
Yeah.
Raji, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਹੋ। Over.
ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਆਈ ਹੋ? ਲਾਹੌਰ?
ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਵੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ। ਵੈਸੇ ਰਾਈਟ ਨਾਓ ਮੈਂ ਇਸਲਾਮਾਬਾਦ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਸੈਨੇਟ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੇ ਨਾ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਦੇ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਅੱਛਾ, ਹਾਂ ਜੀ, ਇਸਲਾਮਾਬਾਦ ਤੋਂ ਬੋਲ।
ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਸੈਨੇਟ ਆਫ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਜੀ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਅੱਛਾ, ਬਿਊਟੀਫੁਲ, ਦੈਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਨਾਈਸ।
Parliamentarien.
Yes, that's nice.
I become the first digital senator of the world, sir.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That is
my
great.
IPO is registered. Google says this. My president gave me the certificate. Our chairman announced officially.
Wonderful. That's
Just
so
because,
nice.
sir, in the last 2 years, I worked a lot for the digitalization, and now we are talking about global digitalization. It's not only Pakistan.
Yes, wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, and it's so nice to connect
Honored,
with you,
sir. Honored.
Thank you. Again, I think there are so many wonderful things which are happening in Pakistan. We are so thankful to the Pakistan government and Pakistan people opening a way where Sikh pilgrims as well as other people can come and visit Kartarpur Sahib, at any time, which is wonderful. And then our places like Nankana Sahib, look at the very first person who really recognized the divinity aspect in Guru Nanak was Raibular. And so much so that he was so fond of him that half of his land before he passed away, he put it on Guru Nanak's name. That's, look at the generosity of Raibular and look at the way he did. So what I'm saying is the relationship with the Muslims and the Sikhs are right from the very beginning. And it was with Guru Nanak who went, his first and best friend was Mardana. Mardana was a Muslim Rabawi. They went everywhere in the world, including to Mecca and Medina. And as far as down Sri Lanka and other places. So we are more together people. We are more connected people rather than differences among us. And so this is something I wanted to share with you on the wonderful festival of Eid, that how connected we are with each other, and we live in, like in Canada and United States. I have many Muslim friends and many other friends, Chinese friends, and you name it. We are all really one world. It's one world. It's a small world with internet, with as Senator mentioned, with all these things have come so together that the more we can find common grounds among us and get along with each other, we can create a wonderful, peaceful coexistence. That's what the Nabi wanted. That's what the Rasul wanted. That's what God wants. That's what all the prophets in the world want. So we need to come together more often in meetings like we are here. Thank you. I think Rabia is available now.
Yes, I'm sorry. Ji, I'm sorry, my internet was unstable. I was just saying that you are saying right, Sir Kirpal Singh Saab, that we should come together. If we come together, we can learn from each other. We can adopt things. We can be better person as well. So yes, you're right. Um, uh, and you can imagine that in this meeting, when we just asking for the people that you should join our Eid celebrations from all over the world. Like we have today programs, and the other on 4th May we have another program on 11 a.m. who want to join should join us. So every
रबिया बेटा एक मिनट इनको ना वो अपना लॉग इन कर लो, वेलकम करो श्रीलंका वाले जो हैं।
जी ठीक है।
ये इन्फिनिक्स इनका है ना, ये वही साहब है मेरे ख्याल में हमारे जो पहचान रहे हो।
अच्छा ओके
क्या नाम है?
So
अहमद।
So you're right, your name is not written here. मैंने काफी लोगों को इनवाइट किया था और मुझे अभी याद नहीं पड़ता।
Let me do. एक सेकंड रुकिए। Hello, my friend. I believe this Infinix Smart 4. So can you hear me? आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? ये दरमियान में जो साहब हैं जी, आप बोलेंगे कुछ? जी आप कुछ बोलेंगे? So let me check.
I think it's a network issue too. In the meantime, I like to add a couple of more things.
Ji, please, over to you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. You know, I want to share this thing. My nephew lives in Sarasota, Florida, and there was a young man, about 17 years old from Islamabad, who came, and there were problem for him to return to Pakistan because of some COVID or some other kind of situation. So they were saying, oh, who can host this? We are having a problem and all that. My nephew's wife went. He said, we will take him. We are all Punjabis and we will, it doesn't matter. And he's been there for the last 3-4 months living with them till the proper arrangements can be made. So during this Eid festival, they celebrated together in the house. And the same way, I have a nephew who lives there, who's a physician and also Board of Education in Dallas, Texas. And in his street also, there was a Bengali Muslim family. Their son went into the school with his children. So they invited them for iftar at their home one day. And so they had dinner with them. And then after that, they went into the local mosque to say the final prayers for the day. So these are the common things together which bring us together. Same way, many gurdwaras offer, the Muslim friends and relative friends to come to the gurdwara and have a meal there instead of, they doing outside or they will be exhausted. So those are the common things which bring us together and emphasize we are more connected with each other rather than being different. Even when I did my residency program in England, there was a time when I had many Muslim friends with me. They, of course, some easily recognize my turban and they'll say, Sardarji, let's talk over here. And I want to, after the prayer, they'll come and they'll say, oh, let's eat together over here and this and that and all that. Because they were from Pakistan and I'm from India, but we speak the same language, eat the same food. So we felt more closer to each other than any other person.
That's great. That's the fact.
Thank you.
That's the fact. So I welcome my youngest son, Patrick. He is also a topper in his school and nowadays he's going to this university. alums. So Ishan, over to you. What do you want to say about the technology, use of technology for this Eid celebration? How you feel it? Please, over to you, Ishan, my youngest son.
Hanji, Hanji, Abba. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamualaikum.
I'm so happy to see so many people gathered here today from so many different countries to celebrate Eid. It is really inspiring to see that there are so many different countries, languages, different backgrounds. However, we are still here under the banner of Eid. And I think we need to be really thankful to Baba, the digital senator, for gathering us here and bringing us together because this is a very unique and very new use of technology for this purpose of Eid.
Move ahead, don't be shy. देखो सरदार अंकल जो है ना कितना कॉन्फिडेंटली बात कर रहे हैं. So you should learn from him.
Well, he's like a grandson to me. You know, my
He
grandchildren are
is
like
really.
Ishan.
All are humbled.
Thank you.
We are honored that Patrick is from such a, he's always busy and he has given us the time. Really, we feel honored and we are getting your blessing, Sardarji, on this Eid day. Really, I feel honored. So, Ishu, what do you want to say more?
Bas, that's all from me.
How you feel? What you have done today? Just any good thing you feel today on the Eid? What you have eaten, what you have done, or whatever is you want to tell us about the Eid?
I think the tradition of going to Qabristan to remember our elders is a very beautiful tradition for Eid that we all celebrate. We go there, we remember them, we pray for them, and we include them in our happiness. That is a very beautiful thing about Eid.
That's good.
Very nice.
And how about the sweet in the morning, which your mama made the whole night?
वो तो that is Eid specialty, savaiyan for every Eid.
Patrick, there is another tradition of this Eid that our wives and the elder ladies in the house, they make this sweet. So that is a special sweet for the Eid. And whenever any guest came on the Eid, so we serve them as that sweet dish. So that's also one good thing which we all enjoy, especially on Eid, that special sweet.
That is something I think we can't do yet on Zoom. We have to be there to actually try out the food.
Yeah. Let's what I heard in the MetaMask, maybe we can feel and we can smell. That's what I heard, that in the metaverse you can even feel and you can even smell it. So let's pray for the technology that if it comes in our era, in our generation, so maybe we have that, and then I can celebrate Eid with the offering the sweet dishes with moreover than the sweet words which we are using now, and giving happiness. Actually, the concept of Eid is spreading happiness to everybody, and irrelevant of this thing that whether he is a big chap or a normal person, or when we hug like President of Pakistan today, he was hugging all the persons who were there. So that's a good tradition that maybe in the normal days we can't even see the Prime Minister or President, but especially on the Eid day, anyone can go and he can hug, he can talk, he can get good things from this is also a good tradition in Islam.
That's wonderful.
We have Saifullah with us and Gohar. Gohar is the same ideal school, Gohar? Gohar, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Thank you. Thank you for sending over the meeting link.
Ji, Gohar, please over to you. आप कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हैं?
सर मैं अभी एक और मीटिंग में हूँ, मैं क्विकली मैंने जस्ट जो है ना आपकी मीटिंग ज्वाइन की है.
Okay, no problem.
मोबाइल पे हूँ.
No problem, no problem. And Saifullah, I think, left. So ये हमारे साथ एक साहब है इन्फिनिक्स स्मार्ट 4 पे। आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? मैं इसको अनम्यूट करता हूं। आप अपना फोन पे है अगर तो अनम्यूट कर लीजिए प्लीज। So Gohar, you want to say something about this technology and Eid Milan Digital, how it seems to you or how you feel about it, please.
सर मुझे सिर्फ 5 मिनट दें।
Okay, no
मैं
problem.
एक गेस्ट
No problem, no
इंशाल्लाह
problem.
बोलता हूं।
Please, afterward, no problem. So ये जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम सर।
जी बोलिए। अच्छा मोहम्मद सैन, ओह दैट्स
मोहम्मद हुसैन।
सरदार जी, ये मोहम्मद सैन जी हमारे कोई पुराने एम्प्लॉई हैं, बहुत ही वेरी डेडिकेटेड पर्सन। ही वाज वर्किंग इन आवर फैक्ट्री एंड नाउ अगेन ही हैज कम अप। सो मोहम्मद सैन, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे ये आज के इवेंट के हवाले से और ये यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी जो है इसके बारे में? अभी बहुत से लोग दुनिया के बैठे हुए हैं, आप क्या कहेंगे? बोलिए प्लीज। जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
सर जी, मैं तो सिर्फ यही कहूँगा कि ईद मिलन के हवाले से आसान तरीका, भाईचारा, अखुवत, इन सब चीज़ों को मद्देनजर रखने चाहिए। रिश्तों की कदर और बामी तल्लाक जो है वो अच्छे होने चाहिए। खलूसे नियत के साथ किसी मजहब या किसी सिस्टम से अलग होके एक खलूसे नियत के साथ
लग रहा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। जी बोलिए।
इंसानियत के नाते जो है ना होना चाहिए। जी सर। सर आवाज नहीं आ रही।
नहीं, बोलिए मोहम्मद सैन, आप बोलिए।
जी आप बोलें।
सर जी, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि कोई भी ईद हो या कोई भी त्यौहार हो, किसी भी मजहब का त्यौहार हो, तो उसमें इस्लामी भाईचारा या यही समझ लें कि एक दूसरे की जो है इंसानियत के नाते किसी मजहब या किसी फिके को साइड पे रख के एक मोहब्बत के साथ जो है ना इंसानियत के एक दूसरे की खिदमत करनी चाहिए और रिश्तों की जो है ना वो कदर करनी चाहिए। जो वालिदैन हैं या बहन भाई हैं, कोई भी अदरवाइज मोहल्लेदार है, सबकी जो है ना उस हिसाब से उसको इंसानियत के मद्देनजर रख के जो है ना खिदमत करनी चाहिए। और इंसानियत यही कहती है कि कोई दुनिया किसी जगह पे भी चले जाएं, कोई अपना बहुत सारे महल भी बना ले, लेकिन जो एक इंसान के अंदर नसीब होता है वो इखवत होती है, जो भाईचारा होता है, इखलाक के साथ बंदे के साथ पेश आना चाहिए। यही एक इंसान की मोहब्बत है और यही ईद है।
मैं इसको ट्रांसलेट करता हूँ जी। फॉर जोसेफ एंड पैट्रिक, the person is trying to say that on the Eid day we are getting lesson of it, that we should be humble to everybody and we should try to cater all the people, whether they are of any grade, they are from the high ups, they are the smart one, they are from the big family, or they are ordinary people in this day. And our religious teaches us that you should give respect to everybody, and respect to all is the same, whether he is an ordinary person or a rich man, whether his belief is with any religion or he is from any part of the world, caste, creed, nothing for us. Only the thing is that we have to give respect to everybody, and that is the lesson of our religion, and we should try to recall that lesson on this Eid day. So now I'm welcome Dr. Anand. He is our big brother. His voice is connecting. Rabia, आप कुछ बोलो।
Yes, I just want to say that it's a great day that we are celebrating digital Eid, and as we are hoping that in future we have digital sweet dishes through the metaverse. because we can receive digital gifts. So it will be great that if we can receive digital sweet dishes as well, then I think it will be a great thing. We can try international dishes then by sitting in the room. So I'm sorry, here's some guests over my room. And
No problem.
while we are celebrating Eid here as well.
No problem. That's great. That's great. So let Dr. Anand connecting to audio. Let his audio connect, and then we will get his words as well. So, dear Patrick, I'm really honored that you have given us such time. Really feel honored. You are a great person. We are humbled, sir.
Yes, you mentioned that this is 2 hours, so I set aside 2 hours.
That's great. Okay, really we feel more happy on this thing that you have given us 2 hours. Actually, but on the other hand, I said everybody that you can come, jump in for a few minutes, say your things, and then go back, because this is also the use of technology. And on the other hand, we are getting it recorded, and then we can cut the clips and send to the all the people that to their clips. That's also a part of this. But on the other hand, what I feel that it's a matter of that you are coming, joining this Zoom room, and then I wish by next year, if I can be able, I would love to take it on the metaverse, because the speed which is this metaverse is taking, everybody is jumping in metaverse. So then we see that then I will call you in my lounge, and it would be not in the boxes. It would be definitely, because what I learn and what I read about it, what I heard about it, that's really that you are sitting in lounge of somebody and having meeting. And as Rabia said, let's thanks to the technology, and wish to the technology that we will have the digital sweets and digital things to taste as well. So, but one thing I'm sure that it would be in another maximum 2 years time that you can call anybody to your office, your avatar will go, and you will see yourself. And on the other hand, we can have my brother just announcing today that we are working on metaverse for our one project, that is first digital planet of the universe, not the world. Because we are talking about like there are many planets like Earth and this, but that digital planet, we are going to create that digital planet with the technology, with this metaverse. And we are trying that my team, they are working on it, that we will go for that by another time of 1 year, 2 years, we will be at a place where I can offer you to come and join having this Eid celebration, or any big day of the world, we can celebrate that on our digital planet. That's what my dream is.
That's really great. Wow.
Thank you. So Patrick, what do you want to say about this?
It is a very good thing. I've joined the Global Peace Let's Talk, and one of the things when I was hearing a lot of the people, everybody talking about it, you know, it is surprising actually. Growing up as a Christian, for example, we don't hear a lot about what Islam is like and so on. I think myself being a Christian, I can criticize Christianity, and that is it tends to be very inward looking rather than looking at other religion at the same time. So we were never indoctrinated in that sense, and that's a shame. I think that's a real shame. One of the things for Global Peace Let's Talk is that we're using a thread and needle into sewing everything together, and but I think we can do that because we already have an app that gives little kids a 5-minute read every day. It's called the reading program. And at the end of the day, each student can earn a standard globalized credential called the World Civility Index. And so you say, what is this World Civility Index? It is somewhat similar to a person's credit rating, except it doesn't measure the how well you can pay your bills. It measures how much manners and how much civility you actually have. So in that sense, I would love to continue working with you, for example, into having say an article or video so that it can show the world what is it all about Ramadan? Why is Eid so good? And you actually pay respect to the people who came before you and so on, so that other people can also see something like that and earn the credential to show for it, so that we can actually go to companies and say, you should really hire people with this World Civility Index, because these are the people who are more international. They know more about the world than otherwise, because there's no curriculum in the world right now that captures this. There are curriculum that talks about how many points you earn in your calculus course and so on, but there's no soft skills, humanity that captures something like that. But now we have a global system that can capture something like this. I think we can move forward very quickly, and that would very much in line with what you're talking about.
Very true, very true, very true. Now we have with us Bilal Salim. Bilal, आप कुछ कहेंगे?
Sir, if I may say a couple of things, then I need to
please,
go.
Please.
I want to tell you that the 99 names जो है कुरान में वो गुरु ग्रंथ साहब में भी हैं
जी.
जैसे हम कहते हैं रहमान, परवरदिगार, उसे ऐसे नाम अल्लाह सब हैं. अब और कई मुस्लिम राइटर्स की, जैसे शेख फरीद हैं, कबीर जी हैं, फरीद फीकन जी हैं, उनकी राइटिंग्स भी है. I want to read a couple of things from the Sheikh Farid ji this slok. He says, Farida khalq mein khalq basar rab mahe manda kisno akhi hai jahan tisbin koi na hai. ऐसे ही वो कहते हैं कि फरीदा बुरे दा भला कर गुस्सा मना हंडाए देही रोग ना लगे पल्ले सब कुछ पाए. So these are the kind of beautiful words you come across in Guru Granth Sahib from Farid ji and Kabir ji and all others, and just want to share again, we have more commonalities than differences. So Eid Mubarak hoy, and I ask you say goodbye to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Rabia. Good to meet you.
Now we have Dr.
Bye-bye.
Anand with us. Dear big brother, welcome.
Namaste, Adad, Salam. I can't see myself, but that's okay. आपको ईद मुबारक भाइयों और बेहद खुशी है. Hello.
Eid Mubarak.
I can't see myself,
It's
so
okay.
आपको अगर हम दिख रहे हैं,
Sir, बिल्कुल आप हमें दिख रहे हैं.
लगे हुए हैं, लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई.
आपका खूबसूरत चेहरा हमें नजर आ रहा है डॉक्टर साहब.
हंसता हुआ नूरानी चेहरा.
No doubt, no doubt. You are a lovely, humble person. Nice soul.
You're such a lovely person. तो यही कहूँ आपसे कि on Sunday I went to a Catholic mass and I did the prayers with them, and on Tuesday I sang बेकस पे करम कीजिए सरकार मदीना बेकस पे. मुझे लता का सबसे खूबसूरत नगमा लगता है. नाते नगमा जो कहिए, इतना ब्यूटीफुल लगता है. बाकी गाना सब ठीक है, लेकिन ये एकदम बहुत डिवोशन है इसमें. अब इसमें वो है पक्की हिंदू, लेकिन शी इज डिवोटेड. सो वेयर डज हिंदू मुस्लिम कम इनटू ऑल दिस? ये सब पीछे छूट जाता है. एंड आई लव दैट सॉन्ग सो मच. तो देखिए, अच्छा कल हम गए थे, बंगाली लोग का ईद ऑन द पार्क था, तो वहां पर वो उनको किया. तो चलता रहता है, गाड़ी चल रही है. अल्लाह की कृपा से हम लोग सारे खुश हैं. और न्यूकासल एक बहुत मल्टी रेशियल मल्टी कंट्री है. मेरे साथ मेरा दोस्त खड़ा है, campaign कर रहा है Simon Bell. Just say hello. He's the digital senator.
Welcome, brother.
Acha, AK, you can say hello to this lady. This call is coming from Rawalpindi, and it's a multi-faith Islamabad to celebrate it. So you can say Eid Mubarak to them. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
आपको भी ईद
देखिए
मुबारक.
आपको ईद मुबारक मिल गया. ये Diane है, and another friend of ours coming this way. Come and say Eid Mubarak to my friend in Islamabad. See you then.
Hello.
You're talking to the digital senator of Pakistan.
All right.
And I said Eid Mubarak to him. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
Okay.
Thanks.
चलिए evening Mubarak हो गया आपका.
जी,
Very good. Very good.
Thank you very
These
much.
are very good friends of ours. You know, we are near a park.
जी.
Or that is the polling booth. So that's why we are here.
Okay.
ठीक है भाई मेरे. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Allah
much,
Hafiz.
sir. We are really feel honored.
Thank you. It's my honor. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
हमारे साथ अब हैं जी अमीर जब्बार मलिक.
ओ अच्छा मैं
जाते
जाते मैंने वीडियो देख लिया.
जाने देंगे आपको. अब हमें आप नजर आए हैं सैयद में. ओ अभी तो आप अब जरा दोबारा सुनाइए वो जो आप सुना रहे थे. 2 मिनट सिर्फ प्लीज.
बेकस पे करम कीजिए सरकार मदीना, बेकस पे करम ये फिर क्या है, गर्दिश में है तकदीर सब क्या में है फीना, बेकस पे करम कीजिए.
सुभान अल्लाह, माशाअल्लाह. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू. अभी मैं देखा मेरा ही वीडियो ऑफ था. आप गलती हमारी है. वो कहते हैं ना कि आईना को कोई पोंछ रहा था, चेहरा गंदा था. वो
नहीं माशाअल्लाह जी, आप तो बोरिस को इसी ड्रेस में मिले हैं. यही जैकेट. जी 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 बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. विश यू गुड लक सर.
ये हमारा
जी.
थैंक यू. ओके अल्लाह हाफिज. बाय बाय.
ऑल अल्लाह मे गिव
थैंक यू सर.
सक्सेस. वी ऑल प्रे
थैंक
फॉर
यू सर. थैंक यू.
एंड वी ऑल आर विद यू डॉक्टर साहब.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
ऑनर्ड. सो हमारे साथ है जी अमीर जब्बार मलिक. मलिक साहब सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे? रबिया माइक ऑफ है आपका.
हाँ जी.
जी
हाँ
मलिक
आवाज आ
साहब.
रही है?
वेलकम सर. बिल्कुल आ रही है, बिल्कुल आ रही है.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मेरी तरफ से सब दोस्तों को, सब अजीज़ व अकारब को अस्सलाम वालेकुम और बहुत बहुत ईद मुबारक.
मलिक साहब आप कहाँ से हैं?
मैं जी मेरा नाम आमिर जब्बार है और मैं स्वीडन से हूँ.
ओह ग्रेट.
और हाँ जी. और ये अभी मुझे एक फातिमा अजीज है, हमारी बहुत प्यारी सिस्टर.
जी जी
उसने अभी हाँ ये फौरी तौर पे एक लिंक भेजा और अभी मैं खैर ड्राइव रहा था, फौरी तौर पे वापस आया. गाड़ी अभी रास्ते में ही पार्क की है और फौरी तौर पे जो है ना, क्योंकि फोन की चार्जिंग भी इतनी थी, लेकिन उसने कहा है कि हाँ हमारी जो है ना वो पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. इसी हवाले से हमारा स्वीडन की तरफ से आपको ईद की बहुत बहुत ग्रेटिंग्स मिल जाएंगी. सोचा कि फौरी तौर पे जैसे भी जिस सूरत में भी आपके साथ अपीयरेंस हो सके, तो यही सोचा जनाब कि भी हाँ अपनी गुड विशेस अपने भाइयों के साथ, अपनी बहनों के साथ जरूर शेयर करनी चाहिए.
जब्बार भाई थैंक यू वेरी मच. ये हमने पहली दफा ही ऐसा ऑर्गेनाइज किया है और इसमें वी आर डूइंग इट जस्ट फॉर. हमारे साथ कुछ ऐसे भी ग्लोबल लोग हैं विच दे कांट स्पीक इंग्लिश उर्दू, सो आई विल ट्राई टू टॉक इन इंग्लिश दैट we have organized this event on the Eid day just to realize everybody the value of technology. So the more we will realize the value, the more we will spread it. And what my belief is that next era is technology era. Even today, technology is must. Learning of technology is must for everybody. So how you feel about this experience that today we are having about right now more than 20 countries from where my relatives, my sisters, my sons and everybody is participating, my colleagues, my all the friends, and as you have come, so how you feel about this experience, please share with us.
Actually this experience is a amazing experience because we are living in a global world now, And global word means that we are living in a global village. So global village means that we are living next to each other.
Yes, it is.
When we are living next to each other, so of course there is no problem to contact each other daily basis or whatever. So it is an amazing experience that we are living in this connectivity, and then we can able to be share actually over happiness and sorrow all together. So I'm feeling always very proud to be the part of this this connectivity. That it is amazing experience. That there was a not very long time ago that it was actually not this sort of facility was available at all. But now world is totally different. So just example, actually this is our second day of the Eid, and in Pakistan you are celebrating the first day of Eid.
Very
but
true.
thing happiness is the same. So we are sharing our happiness. Does not matter at all that we are living in the other part of the world, but actually we are connected very special to each other. So Eid Mubarak to everybody. It is amazing experience to be here with you.
Feel honored, brother. Feel honored. Gohar Saab, over to you, bhai. Aapne jana hai. You are welcome. Please.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. First of all, I would say Eid Mubarak to each and every guy who is in the forum. And my name is Gohar Hussain. I'm a cybersecurity consultant. The reason I'm talking English because sir already said most of the guys are foreign, so no
That's
problem.
great. That's good. Please.
Yeah. So I think that's a great initiative, sir. You have took just because we heard a lot in early 2000 that world is going to be a .com, but in reality, COVID had made it a .com. And it's a very difficult in early days to have a collaboration and coordinations and share freedom of speech and share the thoughts because we can't interact globally. And nowadays it's very easy to interact with people from different nationalities, from different cultures, share the thoughts, and even share the business ideas. So I think it's a huge apart from the downside of the COVID, it's a huge advantage also that we are all come together under a single roof and sharing thoughts on different topics. So that's what I would like to say. That thank you very much for initiating this digital Eid Milan, and I'm looking forward to meet you again, each and every guy. And if you need any kind of help or services regarding the cyberspace, I'm here to help you out because I'm working with FIA Pakistan and global in United States to give the cyber security solutions to different organizations in public and private sectors. So thank you very much.
बहुत शुक्रिया गौर भाई. Thank you very much. We feel honored. Now we have Bilal Salim. Bilal, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
जी, Eid Mubarak to everybody from United States. And you know, it's such a
कैमरा ऑन कर सकेंगे बिलाल, please, if possible.
Sorry, I'm not in a video mode right now. So
No, not okay. Okay, please move on. अच्छा जी, आप यूएस के कौन सी जगह से हैं?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Okay, ठीक है जी. प्लीज बताइए, आप काफी देर से हमारे साथ हैं. How you feel about today's this experience?
No, it's an awesome, of course, celebration, of course, for all the Muslims. So it's not anywhere close to how it is in Pakistan, of course, but you have to be able to just make an effort to be able to just celebrate it, and then make sure that you keep on the traditions that you would have in Pakistan. So get out, go to the masjid, make friends, and invite them to your house. The most important thing is, instead of waiting for other people to be able to just invite you and try to meet them, just do a kind of an Eid Milan party or something like that, to be able to just keep on the celebration and keep on the the traditions that we have had, and then interact with each other, to speak with each other, give Eid to the kids, and give sweets to the relatives. So I mean, we tried it, and of course we'll have another celebration end of this week also. So awesome experience, and thank you so much for giving everybody the opportunity to be able to just meet online and and keep on the celebration. Thank you.
Patrick, you want to say something?
Thank you. This is like I mentioned to senator before, and this is like a cultural feast for somebody who's non-Muslim, and there are a lot of things I didn't know until just right now, and I see that there are a lot of potential of what I'm doing for this nonprofit called Global Peace Let's Talk, and how we can sew everything together and having a unified kind of a message, but having all the diverse interests as well, being all together. So it's a very converging kind of a movement, rather than everybody doing their own thing, and there isn't very much done in that sense. So I think that's a big plus of a meeting like this, like today.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Really, we feel honored. Actually, as I always say, that even Islam says that if you learn something, if you got experience of something, you should pass it on and spread it as much you can. So what I believe is this, that I am not a technology master. I am not having big degrees at all. But from the childhood, I'm a technology lover, because I know the value of technology, what I have did up till now. I mean, brother, there are about 2,200 people working for me. I raised this group of companies in which we have 14, 15 companies. And how I'm managing that, no partner at all, no bank loan, nothing. Reason being that I believe in this, and I believe in use of technology. Like my wife, if she know the technology, so at least she can learn how to cook the different things with different flavors, and that's what she is doing. She is getting a lot of knowledge from YouTube, and then she make it and then present to all the family. So it is the use of technology for a housewife. So same for my son. He is studying in other university, but studying from home. The other one is work from home. So what I want to say that today's this lovely event which we have created just because of your you people enter, you people give the value to it, you people give your time. So inshallah, and now I feel too many people, they says that we can't come because they feel shyness. Everybody feels shyness. Reason being, they says, oh, because just Patrick, I tell you, as I said, I'm not a learned person. I didn't did my degree in IT, or I didn't go to the IT school or some university. But when the day it is while this COVID came in 2020, so it's hardly 2 years. So that day when I see this Zoom, so I realized this is the word. But after that, as I said, when I entered in this, day and night I spent just to learn what is blockchain, what is artificial intelligence, what is big data, what is AV, augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, and all this, and over and above when this metaverse came. So I realized that now the next word is metaverse. So now we are all my team, we have created a team, and one big university of Pakistan, they are working with us. So that is the reason they are doing it. And on the other hand, the basic we lack is the legislation all over the world. I'm openly saying this thing, as you said, and my other friend, they said that Amjad Bhai, he said that how can America would love to do this or let anybody to do that, that their dollar is going to be hit by anything. So, but everything is clear to everybody now. But even then, we lack the legislation. I'm trying to convince my legislators, all the people, parliamentarians, and we have started one program that is just to give awareness, pass it on to our legislators. Once we create the good legislation to protect the rights of the ordinary people. That yes, I do believe you by use of technology, there are many Ponzi schemes, they came, but there should be some law for that. And as the brother here, he said that he is working for federal investigation agencies. So this is the responsibility of that department everywhere. How can it possible that if the Binance is doing wrong in America, so they will not let him, but there is another Binance, which is not Binance US. That Binance is working all the third world. So whenever they want, they can do any damn thing. So for that matter, I said that let's conclude in this with this words I must say, and then Rabia will speak, and anybody want to speak, still we have time. That we say in Urdu this thing कि मैं तो तन्हा ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल मगर लोग मिलते गए कारवां बनता गया. So अपना अमीर जाफर भाई, मैं ये कहूंगा अमीर जब्बार भाई, ये हकीकत में यही है. सो मुझे इस बात से कोई नहीं है, ये थोड़े से लोग चलेंगे, इंशाल्लाह लोग मिलते जाएंगे. मैं कल को नहीं भी हूंगा, there would be all, if I am not in this world, there would be my next generation, my friends, my people, they will continue with this thing, but somebody should start this thing. And I'll translate what I said in my language is that the day I started my first step, it was just me alone. But with the passage of time, like-minded, loyal people started getting me, and we become a group, and that group become a power, and that power become a power of the word. That's what my vision speaks, sir. So thank you very much for joining us. Rabia, अब आप conclude कर दो बेटा. Yeah, John,
before
you say something? मोहम्मद सैन, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? मोहम्मद सैन, आप माइक ऑन कीजिएगा जी प्लीज. अब ठीक है, बोलिए.
ईद है, कोई भी है, ईद हो या किसी भी मजहब का त्यौहार हो, तो इन चीजों को अपने से जो छोटा है उनको जो है उनका ख्याल रख के आगे बंदा बढ़ता है. और इसी सिलसिले में इसी को ईद कहते हैं. अगर किसी का हम किसी रिश्ते की हम कदर ना करें, किसी रिश्ते को, यानी कि अगर वालदा है या वालद है, हम उनकी कदर नहीं करते तो दूसरे की क्या कदर करेंगे. जो अपने बहन भाइयों की कदर नहीं करते, जो हमसायों के, अगर एक हमसाया आपका भूखा मर रहा है तो आपके इस ईद का त्यौहार बनाने का कोई फायदा नहीं है अगर वो भूखा मर रहा है. तो इसी सिलसिले में जो है हम इंशाल्लाह आगे बात करते रहेंगे और आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे. हम चाहते हैं मजहब को नहीं.
Joseph, you want to say something? Chalo, Rabia, over to you.
Okay, before concluding, I just want to share that okay, here is some guest.
No problem.
Here is some guest, please.
Oh, you are at home.
Please. Yes.
इनको भी ले आए सामने.
They want to say Eid Mubarak.
हाँ, प्लीज प्लीज सामने आओ ना, कैमरे के सामने आओ बेटा.
बाबा वो अभी फिलहाल आएंगे नहीं क्योंकि वो उस में वो लैपटॉप के उस साइड बैठे हैं, बट ऊंचा ऊंचा बोल सकते हैं वो ईद मुबारक. ईद मुबारक कहना है, दोबारा बोले ईद मुबारक.
माशाल्लाह, हमारी तरफ से भी इन सब बच्चों को ईद मुबारक. दिस इज अमेजिंग. और ये सबसे अच्छी बात है कि आपने ये जो मेरा ख्याल है बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने हमें ईद मुबारक कहा, और इनको इस हाँ ये एक अच्छा जेस्चर गया है उन सब लोगों के लिए कि हम खुद क्या, हमारे बच्चे भी इस मॉरल कॉज को लेके आगे चलना पसंद करेंगे. और जैसे हम खुद हैं वैसे अगर हमारे बच्चे भी बने, क्योंकि this we learn from the passage of time up till now, that when I just started this social venture, and it was about to be 22 years ago, from that time up till now, it was not any problem at all to join this venture or this train with those people who does not matter they are Muslim or Christian or any other religion in the world. When I was just started a volunteer in Sweden It was maybe 2002. And from that time up till now, I have those people who are in my friend list. They are just like my family. And from that time up till now, we did learn each other over festivals, over events, over celebrations, over functions, all together. Then I feel actually first time actually, and it was very different sort of experience for them to join. I was one of them who was actually a first person from Asia or from Pakistan who was participating in their personal events. And then I feel very proud that then they have opportunity to learn us, and we had this opportunity to learn them better. So that was a very, very good gesture from them and from me too, that I can able to represent my country, because actually it was a very different sort of image about our country, because they was learning everything from this website or maybe this advisory note from the governments or something. And then they met me or my family, and then it was a very different experience for them. And on the same time, which our prime minister, or maybe just example, just like Imran Khan was doing in the United Nations, and giving this message about this over religion sympathies, or maybe religion expression, that who we are. It was a long time ago I was doing the same with this sort of gesture to this society, who does not have any idea at all that who we are. So I can say that to live in this society and have people which on the same page, it is always be a very good, a different experience. Why? Because then it is comfortable to deal with them if they know each other, and we can able to know them very well. And now we are just like every time when we see each other, just like a family. Does not matter at all that they introduce me with their friends, and I'm introducing them to in my friends and family, and we feel that actually we are bound with a very good relationship chain, and very good reference. So I feel this effort from your side is amazing, and we need to keep in touch regular in a different way. Does not matter that we need to be arrange a meeting always. I just write in the group that why not we can able to make group in the WhatsApp.
We
So
will.
maybe a little bit up and down in the life. Just example, we are very common people. We are not bureaucrats or sitting on this that we don't have any time, or maybe we are not sitting on that politician seats that we don't have any time at all, and they have other activities. We are common people, and common people have common problems, and common problems we can share to each other. And I feel always ready to help each other in the group, personally, individually, or as a group.
That's great. That's great. Thank you very much. Rabia? Mike?
So yes, I just want, before the conclusion, I just want to say to Amir Saab that I added you in the group, and we're looking forward to see all of the people again in these virtual events. So it will be great. And and I want to share that I am one sister of 4 brothers, and all of my other guest sisters, they are my neighbors. There are 10. There are 10 sisters because like there are 2 brothers who are living together. So there are 5. So they came, and we here in my community, we live here I think 10 years ago. So and we know each other, and every Eid and every, although I am one sister, they come together, and we celebrated little events together, and we spend a lot of time like a family. So I never feel alone. I never feel alone like a one sister. So it is great that wherever you live, you will make the bond with the people, and they join you and celebrate the events with you. And same as today. And I am really like the Patrick input that when you are celebrating your events, like we know our events, but when the other people can join from all over the world, they know the cultural values, and they seems it like a cultural feast. So it is a great input by Patrick, and I appreciate everyone who came here and give its input and celebrated this digital Eid with us. Although today we celebrated at the night time, tomorrow we will go live at 11 a.m. and we'll see you if you want to come and join us. So from my side, love your parents and family and value everyone around you. So this is my Eid message to all of you. Yes, Baba. Over to you.
Yeah, in the last, with this hope that this today's our small effort will just move forward, and we all will spread the motive which we have all in our mind. That is again the era of technology, and we all should love technology. We all should try to learn it and try to use it as much we can. Like just I'm sharing an example that if we talk about this smartphone, everybody is having the smartphone, but everybody is using this smartphone in a different way. So we should also try to use it in our daily life, in our routine, and try to make it a part of this technology and the gadgets for our earning purposes. I always.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Baji, Assalamu alaikum. Another my sister.
Walaikum assalam.
बाजी इस वक्त आप उधर कनाडा में हैं या अमेरिका में?
नहीं, मैं इधर अमेरिका में फ्लोरिडा में हूँ.
Another my sister, she is here. I welcome her and thank you very much. सरमद ने भी ज्वाइन किया था, आपने भी किया है. बस हमारा मकसद ये था कि आज हम सब लोग यहाँ आए और एक दूसरे को विश करें. गोगू भी थी उधर दुबई से, हिना भी थी और बुशरा वहाँ से कनाडा से थी और बच्चे सारे थे हमारे. So we all celebrated Eid together. So thank you very much for joining. ठीक है बाजी?
Yes, शुक्रिया.
Yes. So in the last, with this hope that inshallah we all will meet again and again for the betterment of all of us and our community which we have around, that we should. And Patrick, in the last, I must say one thing, one more. That's the time I'm saying the last. When my friends always say to me that why you are wasting so much time on these things. If you can easily you can make your business strong or your political activities strong. But you know what? I always say that I want to create the legacy. I want to create the legacy in the technology, because I believe when my grandkids will come and they will say that our Baba having this vision, he was knowing at that time about the metaverse, about the technology where it is going, and he become the first digital senator of the world. So this is my wish now, and this is the reason I am trying to do as much I can to spread this knowledge everywhere, that when my grandkids come, and they will, because the Google will be there, it will change the shape. Maybe today what these things are free, we have to pay. But on the other hand, what we are in this decentralized world, just sharing with you that the other the competitor are coming to the Google and as well as YouTube, they will give you the digital money, the digital coins. If you use that, if you watch their video or upload, I read that just last night that there are companies, they are planning to come, they will give us their digital money, their digital assets, and one can create the digital asset just watching the videos on their social media, and as well as while using their social media, they will give us. So that will be a time when everybody will having this digital assets. So I am working just for this thing to create a legacy.
Well,
Any
I think,
word?
yeah, very well said. Very well said. And I would like to, I would like you to add me to your movement.
Please.
I think we are talking a lot about the same thing. And now just through today, we have connected and like-minded for sure. And I think in time we can do a lot together. And we can share ideas and what we have been doing.
I would love to, my brother. Thank you very much for giving us such a wonderful time. It's really, we are having wonderful Eid, which is the global, our Eid Milan, our Eid get together, and especially Amir Jabbar bhai, aapke saath, and my friend Joseph. Thank you very much for participating. Mohammad Hussain, thank you, aapka, or Rabia beta, congratulations to you for organizing such a wonderful event for all of us. So hats off.
I must say that it's you for doing that.
We all, especially my guests, my honored guest, honorable guest who gave us the time. So thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a good day. Have a good life. Inshallah, Allah will take care of you. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz and Eid Mubarak.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz.